What's up, world? How y'all doing today? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Wait on y'all to come in. If somebody's coming in today. We're doing a later show today. We're not the early birds. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing today? I know they telling people we here. Normally we here between 8:30 and 9 o'clock a.m. We here at 2 o'clock p.m. today to do the show because it's Sunday. And this is how we doing it. I came on early last Sunday and nobody was up. So I'm gonna wait till you get up. Hello, hello. Just get my leash right. It's not litter out here. I drink all the water, not a bottle want to fly away. What's happening? How you doing today? What's up, what's up, what's up? Get some people in the room so we can get started with today's show. I am Master Christian. How you doing today? Hope everybody's having an awesome day, getting everything they want out of it. You know, before I start the show, I'm gonna just let that ride right there. I get that when I get done. Before I start the show, I want to just say, how about them Knickerbockers? New York Knicks, basketball champions, in a hell of a way. Hell of a way. They showed everything and they did everything. They had one man that wouldn't quit. Scored almost half their points for a championship game. That's what I'm talking about. Every day I talk to you guys, I talk about raising the percentages of success. Last night, NBA championship, Jalen Brunson, he raised the percentages of success and became a success. Hold on, I can't have my bottles flying off the porch. So our co-host today is Empty Bottle. Susie Spaniel wanted to stay in there. It's a little muggy outside today. So we're not going to make her come out here with all that fur and be hot. We're going to be hot out here together. Well, maybe I am. I don't know where y'all at. But it was just a hot day Georgia storm to go on. So you can see the steam coming up off the ground. That's how it is today. Hello, hello. How y'all doing? Welcome for the show. Welcome for the show. If you haven't been here before, I am Master Christian. How you doing? I am here to help you on your journey to be the best pet owner and the best person that you can be. That's what I'm here for. I'm not saying I'm the best person. I'm just a guide on your journey. That's it. I got to guide myself and get some help for my journey. That's how it works. But we can be a resource together. Welcome to the community. This is Control, episode, 28. I am Master Christian, your host. We present it to you by Master Christian LLC. And today's show is about observation. Observation. What you see, what you feel, what you know to be true, that you can use. Observation. You got to check things out before you make a decision on what's going on. Most problems give you a warning first. Most problems give you a warning first if you are observant. That's what observation is all about. If you checking out the scene before the problem happens, you've seen the warning signs. Most people think problems happen suddenly. You couldn't possibly think problems happen suddenly. Problems don't happen suddenly. It's a build-up. It's some things. It's maybe more than one thing you missed before you got a problem. A dog bites. A relationship ends. A business fails. An accident happens. Then everybody says, I never saw it coming. The reality is that most problems give warnings first. The issue is usually not the absence of the warning signs, but the failure to observe them. Observation, y'all. We got to be good on our observation today. If you're good on your observation, you see things coming, you're able to adapt, or at least you know what's happening. Even if you didn't adapt, you adapted. That's part of the plan, to observe everything going on so you can come up with the best solutions for the problems. Problem solving 101. The world is constantly giving information all around us. I knew it was about to rain. I saw the clouds. I smelled the moisture. I seen it coming. And lo and behold, with all the signs that were happening, it rained. And before it rained, I was at the dog park observing some dogs. I took the camera, but I was going to go live and welcome y'all to the dog park, but it was only a few dogs. And I wanted to check out the scene. I was at Piedmont Park in Atlanta. And at Piedmont Park, they have a giant dog park for the big dogs, and they have a medium-sized dog park for the small dogs. But all the time I was there, it was hot, the sun was shining, and I was checking it out. And it just seemed to be a little moist outside. So before the rain clouds moved in, I went on ahead and walked to my car, took my camera and everything, my tripod, everything, and got in the car and got ready to make my move. And then it started pouring down raining a few minutes after I got in the car. If I wouldn't have been observing my surroundings, because I didn't look to see if it was a storm coming, I would have been stuck in a storm with my camera on me and my tripod. And we would have been all wet, and maybe my devices wouldn't work right now. This morning, before I made it to the park, I was doing lessons. That's another reason we didn't do an early show. But the real reason we didn't do an early show, because I want y'all to get a chance to come in, get comfortable, get done with church and all the things that y'all do on Sunday, and be able to get some information to help you with your dog. So, what we say, an accident happened and everyone says, I never saw it coming. The reality is that problems give warnings first. The issue is usually not the absence of warning signs, but the failure to observe them. Y'all get that? If you fail to observe the warning signs, and sometimes warning signs are spelled out for you. Sometimes you can see them. Sometimes you can feel them. Sometimes you can hear them. Smell them. All your senses, you got to use these senses. It's senseless not to use your senses. What up, what up? How y'all doing? Hello? What's up? How you doing? Just speaking to everybody that's coming in, leave your comments. What warning signs have y'all missed? Let me know. We can address them. We can talk about them and maybe make you better. Maybe your experience will make me better. I'm a good listener. So when you talk back to me, when we interact, I'll listen to what you got to say. If it's something I can use for myself, I'll use it. If it's something I should share with everybody else, I'll share it. The world is constantly giving information. Everything communicates through behaviors. Animals communicate through body language. People communicate through patterns and actions. Observation is the ability to gather information before a situation forces a reaction. Yeah, you don't want to be forced into a reaction. You want to be proactive with what you're doing. You don't want to have to run out the door and chase the dog because the dog ran past you and got outside. You had ample opportunity to know that you have an animal in the house, and it may run out the door if you just open the door for somebody. What did you think? It's an animal. When I do training for people, I train the dog, and I give them specific instructions on when they go home after training. Utilize your leash in the house when your dog is not in the kennel. Utilize your leash. They say, well, how long do I got to do this? You'll know when you don't have to do it anymore because your dog will tell you. Your dog will earn the right to be free. And freedom is not just given and then you give it every day. Freedom is taken back and given again and again and again. Your dog has to be moving the way you need it to be moving to be free. It's just what it is. You can't just have and expect your dogs to run around and do what you say. What you say means nothing. Nothing. Action means everything. Observing the situation and coming up with a great plan, paying attention to people that know, is going to help you tremendously on your journey with your pet. You don't think so? Hey, it's on you. I know. And if I didn't pay attention, if I didn't learn from you and everybody else, I wouldn't be able to give you this, because this is coming from an educated standpoint with experience backing it up. It's not just stuff I make up. I didn't just wake up this morning and say, hey, let me go talk to the people. Let me tell them something profound that they didn't know already. Yeah, you probably know this already, but did you put it together in a way that you can use it today, tomorrow, and the next day? I don't know. Observation is the ability to gather information before a situation forces a reaction. You get it? It'll force you to react if you don't gather that information and formulate it into a plan that's going to have success, high percentage of success with it. Animals warn you before they react. I was training an Australian Shepherd this morning. Same kind of dog that I had the incident with many, many years ago when the handler mishandled the dog and it was able to bite me in the face. Same kind of dog, probably the same size, maybe the same age, but it's handled with care. I'm not afraid. Them 24 stitches were a lesson. They were a lesson that I handle the dog. I don't take it for granted somebody else is in control of the dog. And I make sure that I use everything at my disposal to keep myself safe and to keep others safe. That's what it is. You can't just be walking around oblivious to danger, because it's going to happen. This is a dangerous world. People are dangerous. Animals are dangerous. Life is dangerous in general. But we don't have to walk through the world in fear. We just have to walk through the world aware of the circumstances. If y'all got anything that's happened in your life and you want to put this in the chat, put it in there. We're going to discuss. I need to be able to share your experience with other people. Not just my experiences, but I do get to share other people's experiences, because I share the experiences of the customers I deal with on a daily. And the stories that they give me, the things that I've seen, I get to share that with y'all. Animals warn before they react. Most bites, scratches, and handling incidents are preceded by observable signals. Still, posture avoidance, freezing, intense staring, and increased tension often appear before a reaction occurs. So what that's referring to is the signs of your dog or your cat. You know, stiff posture, avoidance, freezing, intense staring, and increased tension often appear before reactions occur. You see your dog doing these. You see how the tail is. A wagging tail does not mean that's a happy dog. That's not what they're saying. You got to look at other things. You got to look at if they're stiff, how their face is looking, how their eyes, their ears, how they're moving. And if you see a movement different from the movements you're used to, you got to make an adjustment. And normally, this is the serious kicker on it. If you use your equipment, you can avoid a lot of incidents from happening. Because when you connect to the dog, you have control over what's going on. And your dog knows this. They're with you. You've connected to them. They're with you. So by the use of this tool right here, you can skip past a lot of things that are going to happen. And all that behavior that your dog is doing, once you have them on leash, the behavior becomes different, because now we're doing something together. And if somebody else has a dog on leash, observe what's going on. Remember what you see. If someone is holding a dog, never reach your hand out to touch that dog. That's not for you to pet. You don't want to do that. That dog is all up in the body of security. When you reach out and try to touch it, possibly get bitten because it's going to defend itself and it's going to defend the person that holding it. That's just an observation of mine. Yeah, I've seen it happen so many times. Old lady sitting with a dog on their lap, and you get bitten when you go and reach out towards that dog. Hey, Hippie Toes, Chihuahua I grew up with. She showed all the signs of a top dog beast. And we didn't know how to read the signs back then. So we got chased, we got nipped, we got bit, we got barked up. The whole nine went down with Hippie Toes. But Hippie Toes would crawl in your lap and love you too. But once she was in your lap, she decided when she was getting out of your lap most of the times as well. If you try to push her out, she might get you. But we observed that. And before we let her in our lap, we might have a conversation with Hippie Toes. Are you going to get up when I need you to? Don't be trying to mess with me. When I'm ready to move, I need to be able to move. She listened sometimes, sometimes she didn't. But we were aware of what was going on. People also give warning signs. People reveal patterns long before major problems occur. Reliability, accountability, attitude, and consistency are all observable indicators that help predict future outcomes. But if you're not paying attention to the people around you, how can you predict the future outcomes? If you know somebody's angry, why would you continue to talk to them? If someone says, don't touch me, why would you touch them? You got to pay attention. You have to observe the circumstances of what's happening so you can make things better. When people tell you what they want and about themselves, listen. Believe it. If they tell you things they like, listen. So you can follow through with that on another time. But when you don't pay attention because you're all in your head and you're the most important person in the world, then things happen. You weren't observant. You didn't get the message. And now there's a problem. That's how these things go down. Small problems become big problems. Major failures often begin as minor issues. Observation allows intervention while a problem is still manageable. Yeah. You catch it early, you can manage the problem and come up with problem-solving solutions. But if you see it going on and see it going on, you're going to have a major problem. With the puppy pads, you want to have them all over the floor, but when the dog goes to the bathroom, that's urine or feces, get that puppy pad up, use a fresh one. Oh, you want them to use it until they can't use it no more, and you're just sitting there like a diaper on the floor holding urine. That ain't cool. That's not cool for you. That's not cool for your sanitary condition. That's not cool for anything. Dog poop on there. You want to clean the poop up, leave the urine because you feel like it's soaked in. Put the poop in the toilet or get rid of the poop, dispose of it, and keep that nasty puppy pad down. That's why they come in a pack of many and plenty. But really, you don't want to be using those. You want to learn how to get your dog out and go to the bathroom outside and get that schedule formed and continue that schedule. Because when you leave, your dog can hold it. If not, you clean up the kennel because you don't want them free just using the bathroom all over your house. Or do you? Up to you how nasty you want to be. I try to be a little cleaner than some folks. And I hope you do too. Sanitary condition is very observable. But if you're not paying attention, you're a little nasty. Don't be nasty. Now that's one thing coming from Master Christian. Don't be nasty. Don't have your animals nasty and dirty. Clean up after them. Get some good spray, bleach, whatever you're using. Make sure you clean it up after your animals every day on a regular. If you have any issues, clean it up. Easy peasy. That's just being up and doing things that need to be done. Do not be lazy when it comes to things that need to get done, because laziness will make a new plan and set in new habits. And now you have the habit of lazy and convenience. And that's no good for you nor your animals, period. Small problems become big problems. Major failures begin with minor issues. Observation allows intervention while problems still while a problem is still manageable. Observation requires one thing, people. It requires you to slow down. If you're speeding through everything, you can't observe. You don't have time to. You can't fix your mind on the problem so you can fix the problem because you're in a hurry. Everything can be rush, 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 rush. You got to take a beat. You got to take a breath. Take a pause. Let me take a pause right now and see what y'all saying in the comments. Hello, how you doing today? All right, yes, yes, yes. You got comments you want answers to? Go ahead. I got you. Did our co-host, don't let Susie know that, fall out the chair? Um, Observation requires slowing down. Many warning signs are missed because people are distracted, rushed, or operating on assumptions. Observation requires attention and patience. Whether you're dealing with kids, dogs, yourself, other people, you got to have some patience. People that don't have patience are very irritating because the job doesn't get done correctly. And if you want the job done correctly, you must see the full job. You can't be in a hurry about everything that's going on. And I know that this life is time. It's beating us up on time. Everything is about time. We got to be on time. You doing all this. Time is such a factor. But getting the job done correctly must be a factor as well. When you work a job, they're always on the back of you. Hurry up, we need these things done fast. Good jobs, successful jobs, are not rushed. Now, you might be able to do them quickly, but if you rush, you don't pay attention, you don't get every aspect of the job done, things happen. Sometimes you go to hook your leash up, you miss the dog is gone. People using flexi leads. Take some time, ask somebody, figure out the right equipment, and don't get those flexi leads. At the park today, I saw 50 people at least walking around with a flexi lead, very uncomfortable. They feel like because they can work that trigger and everything, it's convenient for them. Convenience is not safety. And if you want to keep your dog safe from harming itself or harming others, getting hit by a car, running away, doing all manners of dumb stuff, you got to use proper equipment. Stop playing with yourself. You want to get the job done right, find out what tools work, use the tools that are appropriate for the job, and swear by it. And make sure you do it every day. It don't take nothing to have the right kind of equipment on you. Just some time. If you really don't know where to get the right equipment, what the right equipment is, all you got to do is ask. That's what the comments are for. We building a community here. The information is free if you really need it. It's a community here. Join us. Subscribe, follow, whatever the platform does. Join us here. Let's go. Listen to learn. How many people you know with a listening problem? Not many people have a speaking problem. Lots of people have a listening problem. They don't want to listen to anything but that voice in their head. You can't get it done like that. You're not being observant. You're not using everything that's around you. If all things come from you, all things couldn't possibly come from you. This is a world we're dealing with out here. So you don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. I just have answers from experience that I got a lot of experience. So I can help you along your way to being a better you. That's what I can do for you. But if you don't listen, if you're sitting back waiting to speak instead of listening, then you're the problem. You're your very own problem. And you're a bigger problem than any other problem that you're going to come into. Because listening is golden. It is a tool, just like this leash. Observation includes listening. Gathering information before speaking leads to better decisions, better relationships, and better outcomes. Gathering information before speaking. So sometimes you got something to say, but somebody else is talking and they talk a lot. And you're like, dang, I need to get my point in. And all you're doing is thinking about your point. Forget about your point. Store it and make your point later. Let them talk so you can listen. If they're rambling on, maybe you don't get to talk this time. Maybe what you got to say, they don't need your words of wisdom. But listening is key to fixing every situation. Listen with your ears, with your eyes, with your senses. Listen with you. Listen with your heart. And you'll be better for it. If you don't, you're going to run into problems. What are you missing right now? Ask yourself, what warning signs you may be ignoring in your health, your finances, your businesses, your relationship, or your interactions with animals? What you missing? Let's fill in some gaps, everybody. What do you need to know? Comments. I'm telling y'all, I'll answer back. I'll help you with whatever you need. This is therapy for me and you. What are you missing? What do you need to know? I've already given you the leash and how to use it. If you didn't get it, let's get it. Thumb through the loop. This is the thumb loop. Thumb through the loop. This is the guide. This is how you work the leash. Easy peasy. Sometimes when you bring your dog out, you stand still. People think they can fix the dog in motion. We're not fixing the dog. I did a lesson today, and we stood still for 40 minutes and talked. The dog had to do a sit-stay for 40 minutes while we talked. And I was fixing her. I was fixing the lady, not the dog. The dog being fixed was a side effect of what we were doing. Because today that Australian Shepherd learned the art of being still and having to hold a sit-stay. The art of being still. And then when I took a step back, the dog moved with me. When I went forward, the dog moved with me. When I went to the left, the dog moved with me. You get it? And the owner said, wow, I've had 4 different trainers, and they never, not for one time, told me to be still and teach the dog how to be still. Everything is in motion. It doesn't have to be. You got to observe. And the first thing, you need time to observe. You got to be quiet. You got to be still. And you got to learn how to use the equipment properly. While you're doing that, the dog is connected to the equipment, and you're teaching the dog that sometimes we don't move. It's not always about a walk. Sometimes it's about just standing still. And standing still gonna get you more attention out of that dog than the walk and all the treats gonna get you. And it's gonna be a better kind of attention. It's gonna be real attention. Your dog is gonna sit down next to you and look up and stare at you, waiting to see what the next thing you want to do is. Instead of being pulled all around. Quiet, quiet, that was me. When you're being pulled all around, that means that the dog is in charge of what's going on. And how can the dog be in charge of what's going on? They're not going to be in charge of the light bill, the water bill, the rent, or anything else. So why would they be in charge of anything you're doing? People often say, my dog likes this. My dog wants to do this. My dog, my dog, my dog. What you want to do? What you like? You like control? Then get it. That's what we're here for. This is Control. Episode 28, Observation. And in closing, observation is preparation. Observation is awareness. Observation is control before reaction. Most problems give you a warning first. How much does it cost to pay attention? If you don't pay attention to that warning, it's going to cost you everything. Because now you got to backpedal on whatever's going on and try to fix it when you could have fixed it ahead of time. If you don't use your equipment correctly, you'll be fumbling with it. And you're going to be off, and the dog is going to be looking at you like you're stupid. I'm sorry. I'm real. I want you to take care of yourself, take care of each other. You got any questions, anything you need to know, send me a direct message, put it in a comment. Tomorrow we will be live in the morning around 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish, but we will be there because this is a daily live show. Tuesday, we'll be live in the morning, but then we're going to be live at a veterinarian's office, Suburban Veterinarian Clinic at noon. We're going to be teaching them animal safety, handling. They're going to get it. You can get it too. You're going to be able to observe how they move in the veterinarian clinic. I'm going to bring you there with me. Y'all get to come with me. So for the rest of your day, be confident, calm, and consistent. Nothing but love. Master Christian. Y'all have a great day.